Hey everybody, welcome to episode 4. We're here already. Today we're going to be working on owl eyes that have texture. So what texture is in art, it's an element of art, and it is showing how something feels in art. So there's two types of texture in art. There's implied and there's actual. So actual would be like if you have like a Van Gogh painting, he uses a lot of texture, not only with his strokes, but how thick the paint is. So if you were to actually go and touch the painting, it would be bumpy to the touch. So that's actual. So and then there's also implied. So implied texture is drawing how it feels, but just by using your pen to make strokes, or your pencil to draw, like how the wood of a tree feels, or grass, making little marks to make the grass look pokey. So that's texture. So today we're drawing this owl, and he is, or she is, going to have lots of texture lines all around the face. I use Sharpie, I use a little watercolor. Again, whatever you got at home, you can use. All right, so we're gonna work on drawing this owl. So I'm gonna take you step by step through drawing. Remember, if you need to pause the video, go ahead and do that so you can catch up, or just to kind of see a little bit closer what I did. So we're going to start here. So on your page, we're going to start with the line that goes above the eyebrow, or above the eye. We'll call that his eyebrow for now. So we're going to start here with this line, and then we're going to make a line that goes up. We'll do it on both sides, okay? So about right here, we're going to start our eyebrow, and it's going to come off our page over here. So we'll curve it up and over. Okay? And then we're going to make the eyebrow part that's going to go up. So we're going to come up. Okay? So we have a nice eyebrow just to start. Now we're going to come across and do the same thing on this side, maybe about 3 fingers over, make another little dot, and you're going to follow that same idea, eyebrow bottom and eyebrow top. Now we're going to start to work on the eyes. So if you look at these eyes, we have a circle on this outside, but the circle, the top part of the circle is hidden by this eyebrow. So we're not going to just draw one circle first. We're going to draw a circle that looks like it's hiding behind this part of this eyebrow. So what I'd like to do, start over here and pretend that I'm drawing a circle. So I'm just going to draw a nice big circle. And then where am I going to end? It's going to be over here, so I'm just going to connect it. All right, so I have one over here, and I'm going to draw the same thing over here. We'll start in. And we'll draw our circle. Moving on, we're going to now draw the pupil that's inside. The pupil is the big black circle, so we will see that whole circle there. So I'm going to draw a big circle in the middle. And a big circle in the middle over here. Mine aren't perfect circles, but that's okay. I'll fix that later. So within our circles, we want to have, in our pupil, we want to have a shine. So there's always a reflection in everybody's eye. You can look in yourself in the mirror, and you would see the reflection of the light from the light bulbs in maybe your bathroom. You can look in your parents' eye, and there's always some type of shine or reflection of the lights around us. So I always like to add those. Now you can add diamond shapes, you can add rectangles, you can add circles. It could be one circle. That's up to you. So I'm just going to add a couple shapes here, maybe the same ones over here. Let's get this beak. So our beak isn't going to be right in between. It's going to come down a tiny bit, and we're going to get a curved line, and it's going to come down and down. You could leave your beak blank, but I did add a little bit of a shine on top of mine. You could do one on top. You might have one that comes down. You might have another little one. You could do all or none. And then the last step that we need in our drawing before we begin coloring it is just to give ourselves an idea of where these circles around our owl eyes go. So I'm going to start up here and just going to come around my eye and then around here. And so that is the basic drawing for your owl. Okay, so now we're on to the texture parts with our markers or whatever materials you have. And I've already colored in the pupils black. I did color in my beak black. Like I said, your beak can be any color you'd like it to be. Also thickened up the outside line of this eye on both sides. Now I'm going to do all my black first before I go in to add any color. Got my Sharpie, you use your black marker, your colored pencils, your crayons, whatever. And then we're just going to start close to this line, just getting some, they're called hatch marks. So we're adding that texture nice and dark up close. And then you can just start filling it in. And you can come outside of that line, just like you're making them have big furry eyebrows. Lots of texture, right? That's our word for today, is texture, our element of art. So you can see I have a nice furry, feathery eyebrows, so I would do the same thing to this side. Okay, so now I've got both sides with my owl's eyebrows filled in. I might make it a little bit darker closer up. And a lot of texture, right? So then we also have, I had a little bit of some lines within the eye here before I colored it. So with my black, I just added a few little lines that go around the eye. Just a little bit. And then you might see a couple hiding coming out up here. Same over here. Now we're gonna get in a few black lines just throughout the middle. Kind of following the direction of those eyes. Maybe down in here, some close down to his beak. And then now, getting closer to his eye, we're coming this direction, right? Because it's going to start curving towards this line we made. And then now, once we get that in, is when we can come around this and make this have texture. Maybe we have some coming off of it and around. I have a couple in there. And then we'll do the same over here. And then black ones just kind of now a little bit down in this area. Just kind of angling out. Now we get to have fun and pick our colors. So I picked light blue Sharpie for my around these eyes. So I just came in and made more. Every move we make with these markers is basically this, just making these hatch marks. Just little lines. Maybe I want a couple purples in there. Purple Sharpie, it looks kind of more pinkish, but we'll just add a couple of those in there. Now for your eye color, I picked yellow, and I just colored the whole thing in yellow. And then I came in with a little bit of some more Sharpie on the outside and just added some orange or red. Pick whatever color you want for your eyes. You would do both your eyes that color. And then you can pick a color that you would like to go around with it. So I did just add a little bit of some more orange, maybe some short, some long. So some of you have blue eyes. I've got hazel eyes. Sometimes they're green, sometimes they're more brown. But we all have these lines that make up our eye. So we'll add that for our owl. Now one other trick that we need to do is probably with a colored pencil, but you can see right in here I added some shading. So that's showing us that this eyelid is over this eye. So we all have this in our eyes. We always have this dark shadowing that's right on top of here. So I've got my colored pencil here, so I'm just going to take it and add some shading across the top part of this eye. So it really just helps get that idea that the eye is covered by this eyelid, right? So it just brings it down and over it. Okay, all down in here, we're gonna start just adding our hatch marks. Kind of follow that same direction that you did with the black. I have some over here, all that texture. Maybe I had some up here. Maybe I'll have a couple in the eyebrows, why not? Take a dark blue, maybe add some darker blue in the eyebrows. Add some darker blue in here. So you can pick pretty much any color you want. That's what's fun about this. Just get creative with your colors. Maybe I'll add some blues up in here. Light blues too, just to add a few. Maybe a couple in here. Yeah, even though my paper is a little off-white, yours will probably be white. You can use off-white though, I kind of liked it. Some yellow in here, maybe a little over the eyebrows. Maybe some underneath here, just to make there be a little more difference between the eyes. That looks pretty cool. Finish all of your texture that you like. I have my water cup, my brushes, a little bit of some watercolor, and then I'm just gonna add a tiny bit of a wash. I'm actually using the red in my pan. Here's my very messy pan. Get a little bit of some water in there. You get the water, dip it in here, get it nice and wet. Tap it off a little bit. I didn't want it to be too dark. I wanted it to just be more of like a wash. And then just adding that over the pink area. So then it just kind of gives it more of like a little bit of a background. Same over here. If it gets too bright on your page, remember you can always dab it off with a paper towel. Again, I'm just doing the same type of strokes I did with a brush. So it doesn't have to be fully filled in. So then I did it with the red, I'm gonna do it with the blue. And the eye. Need a little more color on there. So just enough to make it have a little bit of a change. Could grab a little bit of some purple as well and add into some of that blue. Give it a little bit of some strokes in there. Maybe put some of that purple up in these eyebrows. I always dab on the paper towel because sometimes there's just way too much paint or way too much water. I'll grab a little bit of some yellow and add it in here. And I think we're done. So there is your owl eyes. That one looks pretty similar to this one. I think I had a little more texture going on in this one. So, but that is it for our lesson. All right, well, thank you for joining me today. I look forward to seeing all of your owl eyes. Thank you again so much. Hopefully we'll be seeing each other in person soon. All right, bye.